maintain the same path, or see the changing of the guard.
It's Election Day in Indiana and Ohio, and Wayne 15 is your local election headquarters.
We have you covered from every mayoral race, city council race, and even whether your child's school gets improvements.
In live reports, both on air and online.
You've cast your vote, and now it's time to wait for results. I'm Tara Brantley.
And I'm Dirk Rowley. First at 5, Election Night starts now.
You're watching local coverage you can count on. This is Wayne 15 News, First at 5.
And we kick off our election night with the race for Fort Wayne mayor.
Will businessman Tim Smith get his first job in politics, or will we see 4 more years of Mayor Tom Henry? Wayne 15's Angelica Robinson joins us live from the Democratic headquarters to begin team coverage of Election Night 2019. Angelica.
Dirk and Tara, volunteers here at the Allen County Democratic headquarters are making that final push to voters. They're doing outreach. They're making calls before those polls close in just under an hour at 6 o'clock. Joining me now is the vice chair of the Allen County Democratic Party, Brandon Blumenhurst. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I want you to talk about just your efforts in the last few days to get people to the polls.
So we've had a massive get out the vote effort that's encompassed, canvassing, knocking on doors, calling voters, texting voters, doing whatever we can just to make sure that we're getting that final push out to help support our candidates up and down the ballot.
Now, one big race that we are looking out for is the mayoral race. Mayor Tom Henry going for a 4th term, and then businessman Tim Smith. What do you make of that contentious debate that's been going on, especially in the last several weeks?
So I think the debate overall is just going to be driving a lot of turnout. Obviously, people on both sides have been upset or encouraged by support on either side. So I'm excited to see all of the turnout that we do see. I think the mayor's record of continued success and continued progress both downtown and in our neighborhoods is going to come through in the end of the day, but we'll see how it shakes out.
Okay. And can you talk about some of the other races that we need to look out for? I know that at large is one of them.
Yeah, so we've got the City Council at large race. Our entire ticket this year is very representative of Fort Wayne as a whole, and that's something that we're very proud of. And so the City Council at large race, the 1st District, the 4th District are really contentious seats that we're looking at, certainly because they were such close races in the past, and we've got great candidates running in those districts right now. So we're really excited to see how everything works out.
Okay, and so with just under an hour to go before polls close, what is your final message to voters?
If you are in line by 6 p.m., they have to let you vote. So make sure that you stay in line, make sure that you get your right to vote, and make sure that you make your voice heard this year.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us. And now I will turn it over to Kaitor K. He's joining us live from the Allen County Republican headquarters, and he's got more on that race. Kaitor?
Angelica, the energy here at GOP headquarters is optimistic as they look to defy popular expectations. It's at that podium right there that they hope to have a lot of victory speeches tonight. The biggest race of the night is no question the mayoral one between Fort Wayne Mayor Tom Henry and outsider businessman Tim Smith. Can Henry carry his reign into a 4th term? Can Smith pull off the major upset with his campaign to give Fort Wayne fresh leadership? Some of the major issues in their debates were economic development outside of downtown, public safety, and trash collection. Lots of familiar faces are running for city council seats tonight. For at large, it's a 6-candidate race vying for 3 spots. Republicans Michael Baranda and Tom Freistroffer are trying to keep hold of their current seats. They have some notable opponents on the Democrat side from Glenn Hines and Steve Corona. Paul Ensley is also wanting to maintain his role on City Council as District 1 councilman. He's facing off against Misty Meehan, the Allen County Democratic Party chairwoman. Another race we've also been covering closely is the District 5 council race between Republican Taylor Vanover and Democrat Jeff Paddock. Hanover is a young, openly gay first-time candidate who caused a stir when he sent out a mailer saying that Paddock has failed the District 5 as leader, allowing Fort Wayne to become one of the deadliest cities. And incumbent Republican Lana Kiesling is running against newcomer Democrat Katie Zuber for Fort Wayne City Clerk. We'll have more GOP coverage at 6 o'clock and on Wayne.com, live from the Allen County Republican headquarters. Kaitor K, Wayne 15 News.
Kaitor, Angelica, thank you. In the weeks leading up to the election, a record 10,729 people voted early in Allen County.
Wayne 15's Brianna Brownlee called around to different counties to measure their voter turnout ahead of the polls. And she joins us now live here in studio with more. Brianna, what did you find out?
Dirk, Tara, a few of the counties have said voter turnout is pretty good. Many believe they will see a hike in numbers compared to the 2015 elections. Another key element is that some counties have seen more people take advantage of early voting. Today I spoke with Allen County's Director of Elections, and she is hopeful of a high final number for voter turnout for this year.
Well, actually, we have seen increased numbers, especially in early voting. And as far as today goes, it's pretty steady as we go throughout the day. All of our precincts are reporting steady lines, not a lot of long lines at all.
Now, at the time I spoke with Deluxe, she did say they have seen around 25,000 people for today. She's expecting a 25 to 30% turnout, which she considers a high turnout for a city election. As for other surrounding counties, Blackford County latest numbers were at 1,105. Adams County reported many of their precincts at over 50%. And Wells County says voter turnout is good as well, with more than 800 voters. Live in studio, Brianna Brownlee, Wayne 15 News.
Brianna, thank you. Outside of Fort Wayne, we are keeping an eye on a number of other races.
In Huntington County, voters will elect a new city mayor and decide whether to make school improvements. Wayne 15 digital reporter Taylor Williams joins us now with more. Taylor?
Yeah, Dirk and Tara, lots happening tonight in Huntington. So far, 34% of voters have made their way to the polls, with more than 500 voters turning out in the last hour. And in just a few hours, we will learn who will be taking over as Huntington mayor. I sat down with Republican candidates Larry Buzzard and independent candidates Johnny Hiles and Richard Strict to talk about their plans for the city. Each have a vision for the city's future, but all agree one of their first priorities once elected is tackling the town's debt and making Huntington a city residents want to live and work in. Besides the mayor's race, Huntington County residents have two referendums to vote on involving the Huntington County Community School System. One is an operating referendum that, if passed, will increase starting teacher pay and school security. The second is a project referendum that would cost taxpayers $68 million over the next 17 years. That referendum would build a brand new Huntington North High School. Now, if the project referendum passes, the tax will not go into effect until the new school is built and completed, which could be as early as 2022. However, if the operating referendum passes, it will go into effect January 1st. I'll be in Huntington tonight watching the races, and we'll have more on Wayne.com. In Studio 15, Taylor Williams, Wayne 15 News.
Taylor, thank you. There are more than 80 races going on across our area. Of course, as your local election headquarters, Wayne 15 has you covered. We'll bring you up-to-the-minute results from every race in our area, including voter turnout, on our website.
Now, your first weather from the live Doppler 15 Fury Weather Center.
The weather provided no excuse not to get out to the polls.
Absolutely. How long, though, will this weather last? Let's ask Nicholas in the first look at the forecast.
Well, we can keep things dry with a little bit of sunshine for about another 24 hours. Then temperatures start to go way down, and we could see a little bit of rain and snow before the week is up. Here tonight, none of that to worry about. We continue with this beautiful view from our Empyrean Event Center camera looking across downtown Fort Wayne with a few scattered clouds in the sky at present. Our current temperatures sit in the 40s. It's 45 in Fort Wayne, 46 in Van Wert and Defiance, 42 in Columbia City, and 44 now in Huntington. You can see on Storm Tracker we are clear of rain and snow returns now, and things stay calm here tonight. Things a little bit breezy this evening, but overnight the winds barely noticeable as we get our Wednesday started. Tonight, your hour-by-hour forecast. At 6 o'clock, 40, by 8 down to 35, and 11, 33. We fall into the 20s overnight. Coming up in the 10-day forecast, we'll talk about all that colder air that's coming, and I'll time out our next rain and snow chances.
Nicholas, thanks. One person is dead after crashing into a deer this morning in Wells County. That crash happened around 6:45 along State Road 124 near the Rock Creek Bridge. Police say 29-year-old Jacob Messer of Huntington County was going west and hit a deer. The deer then hit another vehicle going east. 55-year-old Jose Loya was driving. 61-year-old Ventura Loya was a passenger. Ventura died. Jose had minor injuries.
Part of I-69 back open tonight after a truck hauling gravel lost some of its load. It happened in the northbound lanes of the interstate just south of the State Road 3 Lima Road interchange. Gravel spilled across all 3 lanes with a heavier amount in the passing lane. Heavy equipment was brought in to remove the gravel. It took nearly 2 hours to clean up all the mess.
Will she go bankrupt or win big money tonight? A Fort Wayne woman competing on Wheel of Fortune.
Hi, I'm Ginger from Fort Wayne. Watch me play Wheel of Fortune on Wayne 15.
That's Ginger Nelson, and she will spin the wheel tonight. Wheel is currently celebrating Veterans Week. Wheel of Fortune airs weeknights, of course, right here on Wayne 15 at 7.
Hopefully she'll win.
I like that.
Coming up on First at 5, a retired Army Ranger in Virginia is helping lonely veterans by hosting a retreat. We'll explain when your number 1 News at 5 returns.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Tara Brantley and Dirk Rowley. You're watching Wayne 15 News, First at 5.
Providing a community for a group of veterans who often find themselves isolated.
A retired Army Ranger in Virginia has dedicated his life to helping disabled veterans. Amy Simpson has the story.
Tucked away just south of Richmond, this home is part of James Howard's new normal.
What kind of fish are in the water here?
They got bass, catfish, crappie, a little bit of everything.
No swimming in this water.
The retired Army Ranger, wounded by shrapnel, surviving explosions in Iraq, ultimately a diving accident leaving him paralyzed.
It's been a long road. I've been in a wheelchair for 10 plus years.
Howard served multiple tours overseas, and now he serves others who have served. Each month for the past 5 years, hosting a disabled veterans retreat with his nonprofit, Veterans and Athletes United.
Lots of veterans out from the VA, polytrauma, spinal cord injury, long-term living care, and just get a day away from the hospital.
After his injuries, Howard says a sense of community helped him push forward.
I don't have any hand function, but I find ways to pick up cups or do different things, close doors, and it's the little things you pick up on and you learn from others that I think are most important here.
At the monthly retreats, they eat, they chat, they enjoy. Jerry DeLay returning for his 3rd time.
It's hard to communicate with a regular civilian that hasn't been in a combat situation.
Working to recover or learning a new normal. Each veteran has a unique story.
Make the best of things and really just, continue to do what you did before, just kind of do it in a different way.
For Veterans Voices, I'm Amy Simpson.
Retreats like these happen in both Virginia and North Carolina, and all disabled veterans are welcome. Be sure to join us for our 1-hour special, Veterans Voices, this Monday, November 11th. We'll highlight veterans from around Northeast Indiana and across the country. Veterans Voices airs 7 p.m. on Veterans Day right here on Wayne 15.
So absolutely beautiful weather for this election day.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah.
After Halloween was so rough, we didn't need another day with bad travel weather to get out and about. Mother Nature delivered today. Now, in the big picture, there's a lot of cold air coming in. It's going to send our temperatures even farther below average than we were today, with our high of 48. Your 10-day forecast is after the break.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferrari's live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
It is a story of diminishing temperature returns in the weather department here in the upcoming days. Take a look here. 50s for highs tomorrow. On Thursday, the 40s. Friday, we are in the 30s. Then it's a slight rebound over the weekend before things get even colder next week. Right now, the coldest air locked up to our north. That's good. We've been able to reach into the mid to upper 40s here this afternoon, and our current temperature is 45. On Storm Tracker, things are rather quiet. Just a scattering of clouds overhead today. A lot of sunshine for us. You can see off to the west, more clouds in that direction. We will see the clouds increase here overnight, then during the day tomorrow. There won't be as much sun tomorrow as what we experienced today. Things stay dry here tonight and throughout our Wednesday. But by late tomorrow night, that's when we'll get our next chance at rain and perhaps even some snowflakes around here. Our current temperature is 45. Winds are blowing in from the west at 13 miles per hour. We have a temperature of 41 in Kendallville, 42 in Columbia City, 39 in Warsaw, 45 in Decatur and Van Wert. On Futurecast tonight, you'll see the sky remain mostly clear here during the evening hours. Those temperatures drop all the way down into the upper 20s by the time we get to the morning. At that point, clouds will increase around here. Our lowest temperature in Fort Wayne, 28, and that's also the lowest temperature in Auburn and Decatur tomorrow morning. Now, throughout our Wednesday, the clouds remain in place. We may see a sliver or two of sunshine at moments. The best chances at precipitation during the day will be to our north. Once we get into evening, we're talking late evening, say 9 o'clock and after, that's when we could see a scattered raindrop or two. As the colder air works its way in, a few snowflakes may be mixed in with that. 36 tomorrow morning at 9, at 11, 41 at 1 o'clock, 46 at 3, 48, then at 5 o'clock, our temperature 49. High temperatures tomorrow will reach the low 50s. 51, our highest temperature in Fort Wayne tomorrow. Now, we finish out our Wednesday with that slight precipitation chance. That takes us into early Thursday morning. Now, with this light precipitation that falls late tomorrow night into the start of Thursday, we could see a few slick spots on area roads Thursday morning. We're not going to see a big snow accumulation or anything like that, but with temperatures near freezing as Thursday begins, it's certainly possible that there could be some icy spots, especially in rural, untreated areas. During the day on Thursday, a few lake-effect snow showers may drift on in. Not much accumulation from those, though, either. Take a look now at your exclusive 10-day forecast. 51 tomorrow, Thursday 40, Friday only 34. Over the weekend, highs in the 40s. Saturday's dry. Sunday could see some rain and snow showers. Monday, Veterans Day, only 32. Colder than that on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're talking highs in the 20s to mid-30s for next Thursday and Friday.
If it's going to happen, at least you're letting us know early.
That's right. You
All
can
right.
prepare,
Thanks,
get those
Nicholas.
layers.
Okay. This squad is king of the race. Hear from your state champion team of the week coming up tonight at 6.
But first, markets soared to record highs again this week. What does that mean going forward? Greg Reynolds breaks it down next on the 2-Minute Money Plan. This week on the 2-Minute Money Plan, we're talking about investors positioning themselves as we start to wind down the final 2 months of 2019. Financial advisor Greg Reynolds, Reynolds Wealth Management, joins us every Tuesday on 1st to 5. Greg, always good to see you. Markets soared to record highs again this week. What does that mean for people that predicted a recession?
Well, I clearly think that recession's off the table for 2019. Recession being defined as 2 negative quarters of growth back to back. So not even enough time in the year left for that. But markets are obviously telling us that underlying companies are doing pretty well. Earnings have been on balance, I think, a little better than expected. So I think we're beyond that conversation for 2019, still looking at possibilities for 2020, but really trying to position portfolios for the rest of this year.
So some good signs, but not all roses.
Not all roses. Brexit still going on under the surface. The Chinese trade dispute still boiling strong, although a little progress may have been made. No real resolution's been had there yet. So always the possibility that one of those two things comes off the rails, disrupts markets quite a bit. And we still do have some big earnings still to come through yet for this quarter as well. So earnings also could potentially be disruptive if we started to see them really moving in the other direction.
So how does the smart investor position themselves now?
Well, I think that this is a perfect time to continue to be disciplined and work your plan. This is a great opportunity to be trimming some of those big gains, harvesting some of those profits, and using some advanced planning strategies, some options or some protection to be not only protecting principal potentially, but also to be kind of segregating or locking away some of those profits so that that capital could potentially be redeployed in the future on the next market dip. All good things eventually come to an end.
That's for sure, as this segment does. Good advice as always, Greg. Thanks for that. For more information about making sound financial decisions, you can contact Greg Reynolds at Reynolds Wealth Management. Next Tuesday on 1st to 5, we'll tackle another topic on the 2-Minute Money Plan. We'll be right back.
Only a few clouds remain in the sky tonight, but there will be more around tomorrow. Take a look at the 10-day forecast. 51 will be our high temperature. That's not too bad, but look at where we're starting tomorrow morning. 28 degrees. On Thursday, a high temperature of 40, some early morning rain and snow showers. On Friday, dry, 34. Saturday, 43. Sunday, 47, some scattered rain and snow showers there. May even see a few snowflakes on Veterans Day next Monday.
All right, Nicholas, thank you.
Polls close at 6. We will see you right here at that time.